Happy New Comic Book Day, guys. There is a lot to talk about. Number one, we're going to talk about New Comic Book Day and all those comics you can get at cover price. As usual, you know that I get to the comic book store. I grab some of those comics at cover price. We got some highlights on the Virginia road trip, which I just came back from. Turned out to be an awesome little trip. I wanted to hit all the comic stores along the way, but at the same time, we were kind of pressed for time, and but that was enough because I wanted to just be a companion to my uncle. He has a bit of a heart condition, and just wanted to get my uncle safely home. That was the idea of the trip. He has two little dogs, so him and his two little dogs to get home safely, and they did. It was a 2,000 plus mile road trip, 46 hours, I think, in total. Went pretty good. Lots of great scenery. We'll talk about it a little bit. Plus, we have a old-fashioned unboxing to do. When I got home, that was sitting in the front of my door. You guys are awesome. Because of that, this channel hit over 100 subscribers. That is super, super cool to me, and that's a big, big milestone. So, a super thank you to all you guys. I'm going to do, of course, a little bit of a thank you giveaway. So, this is what you could get in the giveaway is a super minty, fine condition Spider-Man 1 silver edition. Just have a couple left of these. Here's your chance to get one. So I'm just going to let you know details on getting this comic. Number one, you have to be subscribed, and the reason for that is so I can verify that it's you. If you're the winner, I can verify it's you. Number two, somewhere in this video, I'm going to let you know a question. In that question, you're going to have to comment below the right answer. So all you have to do is be a subscriber and get the correct answer. And then you will be drawn into a draw. And all the people with the correct answer goes into the draw. On that following comic book video, I will announce the winner with the comic. So that's just how we're going to do it. All right. I just want to make it clear that in this contest has nothing to do with YouTube and nothing to do with any product or companies. And there is no promoting, and I am not profiting from this whatsoever. This is just solely my thing to you. It's just a thank you to you guys. So that is it. Big thank you again to all of the subscribers, to all you guys. I'm glad you guys get something out of this channel and it might be helpful, enjoyable, whatever it happens to be. It's awesome. Let's keep it going. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna do a lot more of these sort of fun giveaways and all this kind of stuff. Let's keep it going, guys. So subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hope everybody has their favorite beverage. Let's get the party started. So, new comic book day, we got Void Rivals number 4. As you know, I recommend this comic. Highly recommend. The storyline is so good. I don't know if this is cover A or B, just kind of a random cover. All right, so as you can see, this is the Key Collector website. There's already a price trend going on. Void Rivals number 4. This one's a 1 in 25 that they're showing here. So this is the comic to get, guys, already. It's got a price trend of $50 at the high already. So great comic to grab right there. It's a spoiler variant featuring Shockwave. You want to grab that one for sure. A couple of back issues from last week. What If Dark Carnage? And I wanted to grab this one for my collection. All right, this is a really cool comic, guys. Uncanny Spider-Man number 1. Gotta grab this comic. I think this will be a big one, especially at the cover price of $5. We got Kurt Wagner, who you know is the Nightcrawler, mutates into Spider-Man, mutated as one. This is a new character, so great comic to grab. And this, I believe this one came out last week. I was glad to see that one on the shelf. All right, we got the Immortal Thor number 2 Coco Lu cover. Great looking cover, guys. We got Thor and see that demon back there. Nice blue highlights. Great looking cover here. I believe you want to grab also that 1 in 25. It is a Gabriel Del Auto cover. So you can grab that one. That's probably the one to get. All right, let's keep this going. All right, here is a pretty expensive comic, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Ultimate Invasion #4, but I love this series. This is gonna go places. Had to grab it, and it's not a cheap comic by all means. So this is what you get when you pay $8.99 for this comic here, about $12 Canadian. So like I said, not a cheap comic. You do get the value out of this comic, that is for sure. That is the Ultimate Invasion #4. And with those Ultimate Invasions usually come some cool variant covers, so check those out. Flash series, so the Flash #1. This is a variant cover. Just thought this was pretty dope, so grab this one. The big stack of Flash comics that were sitting in the shelf were all damaged. Everyone had spine dings, so I never grabbed the main cover there. Maybe I'll have to check out another LCS to get that right copy. DC Superman Action Comics 1057. It's just that main cover. Thought it was pretty dope. You know what? I really like that 1 in 25. And this is also a bonus perk because it's Raphael Albuquerque. Really cool cover. I love these yellows. This book just pops. Power Girl issue #1. Yeah. All right, so that is it for the new comics that I got. Thought they were the coolest ones of the week. There's so many more, of course. It always brings joy in my son, and it brings joy to me to check out some of those new comics. If that's your thing, that's what you like to do. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I've got always the new comics. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So if you like the new comics and you like the old comics and you like collectibles, toys, and other things, then this channel is for you. Subscribe. Give it a like too. That would be awesome. All right, so let's check out some of those highlights along the way on that road trip to Virginia. We're going to see what happened in Virginia. So it begins. Just crossed the border into Montana here. We'll be stopping at one LCS in North Dakota. This is North Dakota. What a beautiful state. Just arrived to Fargo. We're going to be passing through Fargo, and it's New Comic Day, guys. So we're going to check out a store in Fargo. I'll see you there. What's up, guys? Here in North Dakota and in Fargo, and we're going to Comic Junction. So let's go check it out. It's pretty neat to go to a random comic store on our way to Virginia. This comic store was Comic Junction, and he had a lot more than just comics. He had all kinds of books, toys, brand new comic books, of course. So New Comic Book Day was there. Got that new Stranger Things from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got Blade, Daredevil. Just scanning through his short boxes now. He showed me some of his personal collections in the store. So thought that was pretty neat. Just some nice Neil Adam covers. That's a nice Daredevil. Silver Age and Bronze Age, few Golden Age comics. There's a Stanley John Romita. Had to grab that one. Few good comic books in here. Like I said, though, I didn't have much time, so I'm kind of just scanning through, seeing what's there. Ah, here we go. Here's some nice Silver Age Superman. In Canada, the comic stores compared to the US is just night and day. The comic stores in the US are just way better. You don't get selection like you do in the US. Comics in Canada are just scarce, hard to find Silver Age, Golden Age, and Bronze Age comics there. So it was really cool to be able to browse around in this comic store. I was able to find a few gems and bring them home. Found a Stan Lee and John Romita and a few Neil Adams. Dope covers, dope artists. We just got tons and tons of moderns. Something that's not so rare in Canada, modern comics. And that's it, guys. There's a beautiful Thor behind the counter there.
All right, if you're ever in North Dakota, Fargo, come check out this local comic shop called Comic Junction. And they are moving, so they're going to a different location, but they are upstairs currently right now. It's really, really cool. It's super old school comic store and bookstore. Also, they have collectibles as well and a little bit of toys. And awesome store, awesome people who run it too. The guy's a really friendly comic book owner, and he'll tell you all about the comics that he owns and all about the new ones and the old ones. And so go check it out if you're ever there. So, well, let's just check out what we got. And he just said he just sold the thank you variant, which I just missed, but that's okay. We got Journey into the Mystery, number 4. What an incredibly nice looking book that is. Our armored avenger in the hands of the Ultima. Do you dare to enter the House of Mystery? Alright guys, you guys know I'm a big Neil Adams fan, and I believe any Neil Adams comics you get from here on forward, even if they're just small comics, they are huge keys. Let me repeat that, they are huge keys. And in any grade, they're going to be incredibly valuable in the coming time, guys. So Neil Adams books are awesome, as well as Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, all those guys, right? So you wanna make sure if you see them, you grab back of the counter, number 180, the House of Mystery, Neil Adams cover, guys. Check that out.
All right, we are just on that last stretch to Virginia, passing through Minneapolis here. Crossing through West Virginia. What a beautiful state.
Oh, guys, I feel dirty and gross, but we made it to state. We're finally at Virginia, and we're gonna hit up some antique shops and a couple of comic shops there, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Finally made it to Virginia. Super excited to get there. Norfolk, Virginia. Plan to hit up some comic stores and visit for a couple of days. Go to a college football game. Spend a couple of days with my uncle.
Just here at Boyle Bay right now and ready to kick it off with this. This is nuts. Look at this, guys. What is this? We got that going on. This is how we do it in Virginia. Oh, black muscle there.
Little tropical storm passed through in Virginia. We're just on our way to a college football game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to the college football game for the Virginia Cavaliers, so checking it out. Here we go. Going up there. Going to my first comic store in Virginia. It's called Trilogy Comics. So we're gonna go check it out.
Now, this was one of the best comic stores I've ever been to in my life. This guy has everything. I mean, he doesn't have absolute everything, but take a look at these comics, guys, and tell me what you think. I could have spent 4 days there. No problem. Sixth Wall, Batman's, Justice League of America, DC Comics, Green Lanterns. Now pay attention to some of these comics. On the titles, there has been marking, felt marker, indented inside the title. Just take a look. There it is in the flash. I think one Daredevil here coming up. Look at those books. Amazing. Just so many. Right there. And there. You see that? Marker. There's a marker inside the Daredevil title. Oh, it's awful. And unfortunately, there's just no way to clean that without rubbing the color right off. Just amazing books here. Guys got everything.
Anyways.
We did find a first appearance of Poison Ivy, and we'll tell you the story in a little bit of that book. Here's some brand new comics.
Like I said, this guy's got everything. It's got almost all the variants for all the comics. Is that new ROM reprint? I'm an artist, so I just went like this, and right behind
Look at
guys.
that.
Dun, dun, dun.
There it is. That's Wolverine 37. Thank you variant. And that's a rare comic. Fortunately, on that comic, there was a couple of spine dings on the spine. Not much you could do, but we're gonna grab that comic anyways. Whole bunch of keys up there. Just keeps going. Long box of old comics. Long boxes and long boxes of old comics. It's everything you can ask for. Store carries on for a while. Goes all the way down there and around, back around. I think we're back at that section there. I'm not sure if I fully covered what was on that wall. So many great comics. Here's the first appearance of Kang right there, $750. Nice Doom covers. And here it is, guys. Batman.
This is what it looks like.
181.
Got the markings on it.
Unfortunately, it has to have permanent marker on it. Couldn't buy it. Wanted to, but no. Well, I have a question for you. Exactly 100 seconds into this video, that's 1 minute and 40 seconds inside this video, what comic did I show you? That's what comic did I show you? Exactly 100 seconds inside this video. Please write your answer into the comments below and you will be entered into the prize giveaway. All right, so we were pretty pressed for time. We had a 40 plus hour drive ahead of us, two little dogs. We had to get them home. So did get a chance to hit one LCS on the road trip on the way to Virginia. So that was really cool. A little town called Fargo. We stopped there and it was New Comic Book Day as well. So I did grab a couple of new comics. I was looking for that thank you variant, and of course it was gone. I did end up getting Wolverine 37 in that variant cover. I love that cover, guys. We do have like a Calvin and Hobbes looking cover here for Predator versus Wolverine. Reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes. Ended up grabbing a few back issues that are really, really cool and such a good price. So through his short boxes, I found a couple of goodies. Journey into Mystery #4, beautiful cover right there, and a nice little grade. I was surprised to see this book in such great condition. You rarely do. When you do, you gotta snap on them and just pick them up. The guy wanted $10 for this book, and I think he gave me a little bit of a deal, so I got it around $8 or $9. And looks to be like a non-color breaking crease in black there. So I think I can press that out and clean this book up. It might just be a solid 8.0 right there. So it shows on the graph that $37 is the average on an 8.0, and I paid, $8 or $9. So the raw averaged, so that could be any grade, is $7. And if you have a 9.8 on this book, I think it's completely undervalued at $300. All right, first up, we got The House of Mystery number 222. And this copy looks pretty good. So I rarely see them anyways. I would have picked this copy up in any condition for $3.25. I paid for it. I think it's a great copy. It's got some color breaking creases along the bottom, a little bit in the middle, but after a good clean and press, I think this book will turn out very nice, and it might sit in that 5 to 6 range. So as you can see, the 9.8 of this book is soaring at $644. And in the raw, it's $15. So at any grade, that's the average. So yeah, that's a nice, great find right there. All right, so here's a really cool book, The House of Mystery 219. Really cool to see this comic in such great condition right here. Like I say, these books are pretty rare to see them. And this book cost me $5. The raw average is $13. So if you kind of get a sense of value, a 4 grade is just under $20. A 6.0, you're looking at $50. 8.0, $60. 9.2, $96. 9.8. And if you look at the graph here, it's kind of coming down a little bit and leveling out. So you're looking just under $600 for a 9.8. So great book to grab right there. I believe these books are ones to stick in the PC for sure. All right, guys. So an absolute gem here. The House of Secrets number 84 specifically is a Neil Adams cover. This book right here is a totally undervalued key. So this right here is a huge key in my mind. Paid around $9 for this comic. In the raw, you can get it still for $12 at any condition. Now that's probably a lower grade condition. As you can see, if you had a perfect 9.8, you're looking over $900 for the comic, which I think is an absolute steal still. So it's a comic you can get for under $1,000 and a 9.8 being a Neil Adams cover. All right, guys, another Neil Adams gem find, The House of Mystery 182. Check that book out, guys. Colors in this pop really nicely. The only thing is, you can see that the spine has a lot of stress there, so there's a lot of color breaking. because of the roll. But I will be working on this book during the winter months, so I'm going to try to get it back into the best shape it can be for what it is. So right now it looks to be sitting at a high four or a low five. Because of that spine, might even bring it down to a 3.5, low four. But I think after a nice clean and press, we can bring this book to a nice five. All right, as you can see, I'm in the price charting, and just so you're aware that the price charting isn't always correct, just make sure of that. And in no way am I sponsored by this price charting, by the way, this website. I just come here to look at average prices. So you can see now the 9.8 is sitting rightfully above $1,000, which is still a great deal in my opinion. So if you got $1,000, I think that's a great investment. And a raw copy, probably very low grade, sitting at $17, 4.0, $25, 6.0, $55, 8.0, so it's very fine, $119, and a 9.2 just under that $200 mark at $188. This book, I'd say a high three, a solid four. So this is a $25 book for $7. So that's a great find and one to hold into my PC. And of course, these are all going to be great books to work on during the fall and winter months, which that's when I like to work on my comic books. So it's a great little winter hobby for me. I do work on my comic books all year long, but not too much during the summer months. All right, so the last comic book here for that store, the House of Mystery 180. Seen this behind the counter in the last minute, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that a Neil Adams cover? The guy grabbed the comic book, gave it to me, and I had to buy that, of course. Right there, the House of Mystery number 180. You are not going to find a better raw copy than this one. If you do, definitely go send it out, get it graded, because that's a Neil Adams cover. All right, so back in January and between January and March, someone bought a raw copy for over $112, probably in great condition, so they paid a premium. This is a Neil Adams cover, guys, let me remind you. It's one to throw into the PC, and it's going to increase value over time. And if you can get a copy like this one, sitting around that 8.0 very fine mark, you're looking at $110. 8.0, which this book I would consider being an 8.0 to 8.5. After a nice clean and press, we might even be able to bring it up to a 9. I'd hope so, but at a 9.2, you're still looking under $200, which is a great, great deal. And rightfully so at that 9.8, $1,085, guys. But as you can see, the chart is flat and it's sitting very low, so good time to snap on that book right now. My recommendations would be throwing this one into the PC for sure. Neil Adams cover, um, yeah, all those books. So from a local comic and toy store in Virginia, from New Comic Book Day, Predator versus Wolverine number one. That was last week's New Comic Book Day. A bundle stack of the Micronauts right there, guys. And we got this is all very fine condition. And I paid $20 US for this. So we got Micronauts 1, all these, number 2. And the condition was just absolutely unreal. So you have to grab these. There's number 3. This one has a little bit of spine damage on number 3. Still, for $20, this is a no-brainer. We got number 5 right there. Cool cover. Number 6. Sorry for the glare, guys. Got that light. And you got number 7. This is starring the Man Thing. Looks like this has maybe a little bit of water damage in the book, but I'll have to open it up and see. Like I said, for $20 though, and that that Micronauts number one was just worth it right there. So, and we got number eight. And then it came with a newsstand of number 12. Okay, and number 43. So that's pretty cool. That was from that one comic store there in Virginia. And then the coolest comic book store that was in Virginia and only 5 minutes from my uncle's house was called Trilogy Comics. All right, so just a few pickups from Trilogy Comics, and we got Marvel superheroes featuring Iron Man, Devil. Thought this was just really cool cover. All right, we got the Ghost Rider number 6, that Western book from Ghost Rider. Here's a book that I kind of wanted into my PC, first appearance of the Dazzler, Dazzler number 1. And I paid, I think, 20 bucks for it. And I think you can still get this comic book for $20 all day long. So, great little pickup there. All right, we have a nice Doctor Doom cover, and I love those Doctor Doom covers. Fantastic Four 156. Always love throwing those into the PC. All right, we have a couple Silver Age goodies here. The Avengers number 17. This one right here is in great condition. Had to grab it. In that Mylar bag too, which is nice to see. The Mighty Thor Journey into the Mystery, number 123. I love this cover. And again, very fine condition. The Moon Knight number 3, newsstand. I love how the Mona Lisa's in the background. And this cover right here kind of just reminded me of when he's in the museum there and he's fighting. So I thought that this was relevant to the new series. So next up, we got another Silver Age, the Mighty Thor, Journey into the Mystery, number 115. Great cover right there. And look at that comic book in that condition. That's beautiful. The colors are just popping. Got Thor right there, Loki, ROM number 1, a high grade raw copy newsstand right there. Pretty cool book to have in the PC, as well as number 3. And this one's in great condition as well. Those yellows are just absolutely nice in this book right here. We got a little bit of spine ticks on that black cover, which you can notice right away. But otherwise, great condition on ROM number 4 in that newsstand. We have a number 8, again in great condition. Cool books there. And number 7. I'm pretty sure somebody had stuck this comic behind other comics so they can come back for it and buy it another day. But I was so glad to find it. And the owner of Trilogy Comics had 3 of them, 2 which were sold. One I had purchased because he has 3 different stores. So this comic you can only get in one per store, and it's kind of like a thank you variant. Really happy to grab one and find one and stick it in my PC, guys. Well, I have a question for you. Exactly 100 seconds into this video, that's 1 minute and 40 seconds inside this video. What comic did I show you? So go ahead and write your answer into the comments below, and you got to be a subscriber, guys, and you will be entered into the giveaway. All right, guys, now for an old-fashioned unboxing. Really happy to have this inside my house safely. Now that I see that it was in front of my door, I'm not too sure how long it was. I don't really like how this particular comic was shipped inside of such a little mailer like this. This is an acceptable mailer, but for this kind of a comic, not acceptable. Happy to see it not damaged though. So anyways, let's check out the comic. And we're gonna have to grab some sort of a knife to open that up. Hopefully the comic isn't sitting on any edge or anything like that. Just gonna all right, so I'm quickly just gonna open the box and give it a scan. This is what it looks like inside the box. You can see he's got some beads around the comic, and then he's got 2 pieces of cardboard taped around the comic, which that's not how I would deliver somebody a comic. I've actually never seen it like this. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen a comic shipped to you like this. And by the way, if you subscribe and you know the answer below, let me know the answer. And I'm giving away this, what I would think would be a 9.8 Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1. You can be selected in the draw for that. By the way, the entry to get your comment in for the answer to the question to win this comic or to get inside the draw at least, and for your name to be pulled, you have to be a subscriber so I can verify it's you. All you got to do is comment below the answer and you will be drawn in. After that, there won't be any more comments to go into the draw. The draw will be done on the following comic book day. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, so I got the comic out of the small little mailer with beads around the edges. So this is what it looks like. This is all it is. And now we are going to safely make sure that the comic is nowhere in sight where I cut. So we're just going to cut right directly onto the cardboard. So that way there's no chance of slipping, hitting the comic. All right, so we got the fragile tape all cut. I see a comic there with the comic board. I would have preferred to see a comic like this in a top loader. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and safely free that part of the tape on the comic. All right, so when you mail a comic and you have funny taping all over the place, sometimes when you lift the tape off the comic, it can easily damage the comic book. So a good tip is to roll the tape, okay, like that, and then just put it like that, and then you can easily lift it, right? Lift it. So that's how I would ship comics to people. I would make it very accessible. All right, so I'm just gonna inspect the comic. Yeah, this is a beauty. This is a beauty. And I think I got everything I paid for on this one too. As far as I can see right now, I am looking through two different bags. I can only see the front cover, of course. Corners are perfectly intact. No color rub on the front cover. There is tiny, tiny little color breaking like spots, bottom corner of the spine. Just gonna let you know the comic, Ultimate Fallout #4. I got a great deal on this, guys. I won the bid. I paid just under $600 for this comic. When you see a comic like this in this kind of condition, hard not to buy it. I know that this comic's highly spec'd on, and I got one right there as well. But that one has a tiny little nick out of the corner, like tiny, tiny little nick, just to give it that 9.6. This one might contend to that 9.8, so that's why I bought it. That's why I purchased it. So we'll just go ahead and open it up. And obviously, I purchased it because check that out, guys. First appearance of Miles Morales, and this copy right here. All right, so we just got it out of the bag. Now it is inside another bag, another board, inside two bags, two boards. So we're just going to go ahead and take it out of the other bag and the other board. Kind of a dirtier bag, dirtier board. There we go. So two bags, two boards, and it is still in its poly wrap. And that, my friends, is why I bought this comic. Because I've been searching for quite some time, comic in this condition, still in its poly wrap. So I think this is really, really cool comic. I'm a huge fan of Miles Morales. You can afford an investment like this. It's a great investment. Even at that 6.0, 7.0, 8.0, and 9.0 range, still great investment. But if you can get that 9.8, which I doubt that this comic can do a 9.8, just because if it gets taken out of its poly wrap, there could be problems I don't see outside of the poly wrap. So inside of the poly wrap might be a different story. But what I see right here is just a great looking comic. Oh yeah, it's a great looking comic. There you have it, guys. What a great little find right here. Sometimes you win the bid. This one, I won the bid, and I don't know really how I did. Like I said, I paid just under $600 for this comic. Still in its poly bag. Been looking for this one for a long time. All right, so I'm going to give the guy 5 stars on the shipping and the speed that the comic got here and the price. Yes, I wasn't quite happy with the shipping, but the comic got here exactly how it was in the photo and the description. So I'm going to go ahead, throw these bags out, put new bags on this comic and get a top loader for it. Yeah, put it in a long-term storage. So there you have it, guys. All right, so we got 3 BCW boards and 1 BCW bag. That's really all that these bags allow. I'm going to stick all those boards inside this bag. I mean, you probably could fit 4, but that's getting a little tight. So just like that, I kind of want to center that comic into the bag so there's breathing room on either side. I want to pull that flap down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to safely put that comic inside of the bag, nice and carefully. Okay, just like that, using just absolutely no pressure at all. And like I said, I want to get that flap tucked behind that board. So we're just going to go ahead and now push the comic safely down, just like that. Could take a little bit of time, but that's okay because this is a very expensive comic. So you don't want any further damage happening to the comic. Now we're storing it with poly wrap, so you do not just want to leave that comic alone in its poly wrap. You want to have some security. If it's not in a hard case like a CGC case or something, then you want to have as much basically armory around that comic as you can get. And you don't want it to be too tight. You want to have some breathing room. You can see at the bottom there, I left some space with the comic and the sides. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that top flap. Now you can see that the flap goes on the back side of the comic. I'm going to pull the flap down as tight as I can pull it without stressing the comic. So I'm going to take the tape and then I'm going to pull flap down as tight as I can with the tape, sticking the tape down to the back side of the comic and not stressing the comic out at all by applying any pressure to it. And that holds the comic firmly with those spaces that you left it. And now I can safely put this comic away in storage into my PC. And you never know. It might be one day a giveaway. So let's just throw that out there. That comic might be a giveaway one day. You never do know. All right, guys, check it out. So that's that. That's the box. 100 subscribers. Big thank you to everybody. I hope everybody has enjoyed this video. I know it's been pretty long, but you got to see that, and you got to see a whole bunch of new comics. You got to see my Virginia trip, and you have a chance to be entered in to win a free comic. What's not cool about that? So please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.